Hey y'all, it's Debbie with Taylor by Debbie, and today I'm going to show you how I make one of my most popular best-selling items that I've made this year that I've called my Stumpy Snowman Ornaments. Isn't he cute? And he's really easy to make. I'm going to show you how I make him. First thing you're going to need is some sticks from your tree. Or you can buy them at Dollar Tree. They come in packages, not this big, but they do sell them in packages. I just have it in a Ziploc. But you can buy them at the Dollar Tree. Either cut them from your yard. You just need 3 different diameters, a little bit wider in diameter to the bottom, from the bottom to the top. You're going to need some cotton string, or you can use baker's twine, or you can use regular twine, whatever you have on hand. Okay. Scissors. I use a wooden dowel, a hot glue. I use this to press down when I'm hot gluing things on so it doesn't burn my fingers. You're going to use a couple of markers. I have a fine point black Sharpie, and then I have a fine point Bic orange permanent marker. And we're going to go ahead and get started here. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is look at your wood, and you want to try to find the cleanest side to use for the front of your snowman face and where you're going to be drawing the buttons on the middle of his body here. Okay, once you kind of have that figured out, we're going to go ahead and turn this towards me. You're going to put your hot glue on the middle piece on the bottom, and then you're going to press it down onto your wider piece, which is the base. Okay, then I kind of look and make sure how I want the head to be placed. And if they're a little bit slanted, you gotta kind of play with them a little bit to get them to where they're gonna look the way you want them to look once you have it glued down. Okay, so now that's what we have so far. Okay, all right, next thing we're going to do is take our cotton string, is what I'm going to use for this one. All right, let's move our fabric out of the way. This is just a piece of flannel that I have, and I've cut it about 2 1/4 inches in width, and the length doesn't matter because we're going to be cutting it to fit the piece of tree limb that we have used for his head. Okay, for the string, I'm going to go ahead and cut the end off there because it's kind of frayed. We're going to cut 2 pieces that are 14 inches long, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. 14 inches long, we need 2 pieces. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this one the same length. Okay, set that aside. We're going to take our first piece. You want to put the ends together. Okay, then you want to put a little glob of hot glue on the top of his head. And then we're going to use our handy little tool here. I got this at the Dollar Tree. It's silicone here on the end, so the hot glue doesn't really stick to it that badly. And it's easy to peel the hot glue off. So I'm just using it to mash down. Okay, then I'm going to take and put another little dab of hot glue on top of that, just to kind of seal that in, and that's going to be what we hang the ornament from, our little ornament hanger, okay? So you're just going to put some glue there and let that dry. All right, now you want to figure out again where the smoothest place is for the face. And y'all, it doesn't matter that that string is over here to the side like that, because once we pull the string up through the hat, it's going to put the string in the middle for you to hang it from. So don't even worry about it being over to one side. Just kind of turn your Stumpy Snowman around until you find the cleanest place for you to draw the face and everything. And then what you're going to do is take your material, and I'm using a piece of flannel. Again, it's about 2 1/4 inches wide, and the length doesn't matter because we're going to be cutting that off. The easiest way I have found to do this is to find the front of your snowman, okay, and you want to put a little bit of glue across the front of his forehead right here, okay. And then you're going to take this, hold the string, and turn it over, and leave just a little bit of fabric on the end here, and then just kind of lay it down and roll it. And you want to make sure you have enough room left on your stick there to draw your face. Okay, then we're going to take that string and put it over here. The string's going to come up through the hat. So now we're just going to take a line of hot glue on this side, and then again, just roll your snowman head over, okay? And then we're going to come over here, and what I'll do is put some glue on the stick here. Okay, and then I'm going to roll it, put that string over here, kind of roll it until we get the hat all the way around. And you want it to overlap just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to get our string out of the way. And then we're going to cut just straight up your fabric. And actually, I think I'm going to turn it over because it has lines going down the plaid here. It'll be a little bit easier for me to cut it straight. So I'm going to turn it over. And just cut. Make sure you don't cut your string. Just cut down the flannel. Okay. And then what you're going to do is turn it over to where the piece that you need to glue down is laying down on your table. Put a bead of hot glue or a string, a line, I guess, of hot glue going all the way up. Be very careful of this part, y'all. Just kind of get your fabric situated, roll it over. Okay, it's kind of in place. Stick your finger down in there and just tap it to make sure it's secure. Okay, so that is the first part. Now we're going to draw our little face. And again, you just kind of want to find where the front, the seam, you want ideally the seam to be in the back or over on one side. Okay, so I'm going to draw my face. It's going to be right here. And all I do is I'm going to turn it around so y'all can see. Do the best I can here because I'm going to be doing it upside down. But I draw 2 dots. Get the scissors out of the way. Draw 2 dots for the eyes. So you just want to kind of take your pen and press it down, lift it up. Press it down, lift it up until it gets to how it looks like you want it to look, okay? Do the same thing for the second one. I'm going to turn it this way so I can see what I'm doing. Press it down, lift it up. Sometimes it takes a time or two. All right, and there's his little eyes. And then for the mouth, I come straight down the center of his eyes down to where the bottom of the smile on his mouth I want to be right about here, and I make a dot. And there again, my Sharpie's been used a lot, so he's kind of getting a little bit dried out, so I might have to press it more than I would if it was a fresh one. And then I like to take either 2 or 3 dots to each side of where I put that center dot, okay? And I'm going to do the same thing over here and just kind of gradually go up like it's a smile, okay? So there's his little mouth. All right. For the nose, I turn him sideways like this, and I want to come just to the other side towards me. From this eye that's furthest away from me, I want to come just to this side of it and draw like a horseshoe between where the mouth and the nose, the mouth and the eyes are. I'm going to draw just a little horseshoe shape, okay? And then I'm going to come over here and come almost over to where this eye is and bring them together in a point. And then you're just going to color it in, okay? And that makes what looks kind of like a carrot. Just color it in like that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so there's his little face. All right, next, we're going to stand him up. And I've got some polyfill, and I buy that at Walmart or any craft store. If you have an old pillow, you can cut it open and get the polyfill out of that, one that you don't use anymore. That's really one of the cheapest ways to buy polyfill is to go to Walmart and buy their $5 pillows, because you can get the polyfill cheaper in a pillow a lot of times than you can buy in a bag of polyfill. So just check that before at your store to see which way is cheaper. All right, I'm just going to take a little piece at a time, and I just kind of lay it on top right here. Then I take my wooden dowel and just mash it down in there. It's easier to pack it with the wood dowel than it is to try to stick my finger down in there. Okay, you just take it and stick it down in there. And you want to fill the hat until, you know, you want to leave a little bit at the top so you can tie what will become a pom-pom at the top. So just stuff it to your liking. But I like to go maybe a 1/2 inch or so from the top, maybe a little bit less than 1/2 inch. And it is easier for me to stuff with smaller pieces of polyfill rather than trying to just stuff one big piece down in there. I think I'm going to do one more small piece. Okay. Let's just mash it down in there like that. Okay, then we're going to pull the string kind of over and mash it down again. All right, so you want to mash it down and then kind of gather it like so. And we're going to tie another piece of our other 14-inch piece of string. So you just kind of want to look at it and decide. I like my hats to be a little bit tall because I think it makes them just look, they're kind of homey. They're so homey, they're cute. All right. So we're going to lay it down, and you want to kind of feel where your polyfill is. You might want to pack it down with your wood dowel. Pack it down. Then lay them down. You want the face to be up. Okay. You want to take this string, the other 14-inch long piece of string that you have, and just kind of lay it out right here. And it's going to be basically just like you're tying your shoe, but you're going to tie it in a double knot. Both times you're going to tie it in the double knot here. And I'm going to look down in here and see where my polyfill is. You want to come just to the other side of that polyfill and pull it tight. And you just kind of want to pull it until you get that kind of in the center. Make sure the hat looks good and the pom-pom looks good. And once you're happy with it, just pull it tight. And then tie it in another knot. So you're tying it in a double knot. And then you're going to tie a little bow. Just like you're tying your shoe. Okay? Pull that through. Now you want to get your loops the same size right here. This is your chance to get your loops the same size. So just kind of hold them up and look. And once you have the loops the size you want them, pull them a little bit bigger. Because once you tie it in a double knot, it's going to make your loops just a little bit smaller. Okay, so once you have it how you want it, just take that loop and tie it in a double knot so it won't come undone. Okay, had to put them up here so I could see what I was doing. All right, then you can take a wood dowel or a pen and just kind of round out those loops. If they're too small for your finger to fit through there, just kind of open up those loops a little bit. Put your string out. Then I like to take the two ends of the bow that we just tied and cut them off to be equal on each side. Just throw the excess away. And y'all, that's it. He is done. Isn't that cute? That is all there is to making a Stumpy. I really hope y'all give this a try. If you do, please tag me in a photo so I can see what you came up with. I hope to inspire you to put your own spin on it and show me what you come up with. Ooh, I forgot one important step, y'all. About to let Stumpy not have any buttons. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add some buttons to him. And you're just going to press it down like so a few times. Now we're done. Okay, guys. That's the Stumpy. And they're all cute. They all look a little bit different. They all have a little personality. It looks like on this one, his nose ran up just a little bit. So what we can do to fix that is just make his nose a little bit wider than the others. Just like that. Okay. There you go. We're done. Again, I hope y'all give this a try. Thank you so much, and y'all have a blessed day. Bye, y'all.